no, I've got this feeling I should just stay at home. Isn't that weird? And he said, are you sure? And I said, yeah, no, I just want to stay at home, and I'm going to have a beer in the garden, and I'm just going to relax. So anyway, I'm relaxing in the garden, and about 2 o'clock, I put on the TV, and I'm like, is this a movie? It was like a movie. And I saw all these children, I saw children crying.
Yeah. So what should you, I mean...
And that really affected me. Yeah.
Why people always put the emphasis on honesty. You should be honest with your children, because if you read Babies with Vet, honesty is a big thing you put an emphasis on. Small children.
Well, you have to remember.
How honest should you be?
I think you need to be honest.
They see the news, or they hear you speaking on the telephone about it.
Well, you know, a lot of these children were crying because they didn't understand what was going on. We cry when we are scared. And we get scared when we don't have control over what's going on around us, or we don't understand what's going on around us. And now, you don't have to be a psychologist to understand that. So I think the important thing is being honest with the kid and saying, in the world, there are some people who are confused, who are angry, who are hurt, and they do things that are sometimes very bad. And, you know, I don't know anything about the guy who committed these atrocities, but, you know, and I don't know how confused he was, and I can't comment on him, but, you know, we all do things in life that sometimes we regret, and there's different levels of that. And I think children need to realise that mum and dad aren't perfect, because when I was growing up, I thought my mum and dad were perfect, and then I got to about 11 or 12, and I suddenly thought, wait a minute, they're not perfect, and I got a little bit angry about that.
So you would have wanted to know in advance?
Yeah, I think my mum and dad, if they maybe said, look, we make mistakes, or...
But didn't they also warn you about, for instance, the bad world?
Of course they did, but I think you look at your mum and dad as if they are the number one, they are the number one people in your life, because they are they provide you with nutrition, they provide you with support and love. But I think for me, looking back, you know, I've got wonderful parents, and I'm not just saying that, they are. But there was times I went through, especially in my teens, when I hated them, and even in my early 20s when I was like, oh, you know. But I think that honesty with my parents now is really, really important, and I think telling children about not necessarily every detail that's going on, because we have a tendency as human beings, let's be very, very honest, to sometimes overreact.